Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, I have just seen Those Who Wish Me Dead. Yes, Angelina Jolie plays a firefighter who kind of comes in halfway through the story, really. But yeah, what you have with this movie is you have an accountant, a crypto accountant, who's come across some information that is very dangerous to some very bad people, and they want to ice this dude and his son. Before I go any further, let me inform you folks that, for every 1,000 subscribers I get, I do purchase one of these bracelets from the company 4Ocean, and 4Ocean pulls a pound of trash out of the Big Blue for me. So if you would like to have a cleaner ocean and a better world, you can achieve that by commenting on this video, liking it, subscribing if you haven't already, and of course sharing this with your friends. Now, back to the story. Well, so the man goes out on the run trying to save himself and his son from the baddies, and at a certain point they get mixed up with Angelina Jolie, the firefighter, who is, of course, the rock'em sock'em hero who's going to save the day. And there are two kinds of Angelina Jolie movies, really, or two spectrums, two sides to Angelina Jolie. There's hot, flopping around Angelina Jolie and actor Angelina Jolie, okay? And this is one of those movies where it's primarily actor Angelina Jolie. There are no shower scenes. She's never in revealing clothing. She's just running around being Angelina Jolie. So she's not, if you're hoping to see some hotness here, this is not the movie for you. You need to go look at one of her older films for that. One of the films where that's what she's doing. I mean, there are films where she does that. This is not one of them. Beyond that, well, it's a serviceable film. I mean, it's not great. It's not terrible. It doesn't give you any real insight into firefighters. I don't know how realistic it is. I mean, there's a couple of scenes where, Angelina is in this watchtower and she mentions, this is a watchtower, or I'm in a big wooden box with no toilet. And it's like, really? In my day, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, mostly 20 years ago, it was actually considered poor form. It was rude to put a woman in a situation without a flushing toilet. That's just what it was. It's not that, it's like, okay, we're showing respect to you as a woman because we know this situation is unpleasant for you. And whereas, Angelina Jolie, she is a very healthy woman. I'm sure she could probably give me a good fight. But to be a firefighter, you have to have certain measurements, and I don't think she measures up to that, really. So it's really hard to believe her in this role. This is one of those, it's a dumb action movie, so you look at it as if it was a dumb action movie, and, it's there. It's a watch only if you're bored movie. I would not go seeking out this movie, because it's not that great. You're not going to look at this movie years later and think, well, this is wonderful, but then you also have to remember that it's kind of a convoluted plot. There's a lot of things going on. There are a lot of moving parts to this. And the problem with movies with a lot of moving parts is it's hard to keep them all straight. So, again, not the greatest. Nothing wrong with this movie. Don't get me wrong. It's not a bad movie. It's just not a really good movie. So, if you're a fan of Angelina Jolie and you're not in it for the sexy, definitely go see this movie. If you want to see some fire and maybe some explosions and a little bit of blood, guts, and gore, definitely go see this movie. If those things don't appeal to you, if you're looking for a good movie, you're going to be disappointed. Anyway, that's just my opinion, and I'd love to hear yours down in the comments below. I'm Richard. Salutations, plebeians! It is I, Stephen Miller, emissary and advisor to his dark orange lordship and the real President Donald Trump, reminding you to comment on and like this video, subscribe if you haven't already, or I will suck out your eyes and feed them to my two tarantulas, Meredith and Red